Welcome to our 2024 men's and women's golf season preview with the head coach of the Falcons, Greg Nikolai. My name is Matt Menzl. Let's begin by just talking about the preseason, what you've seen so far.
So far, we've been on camp for a week, and we've been playing. And on the women's side, we're a little short on numbers, but Lizzie Monteba, returning starter and captain, is playing very well so far. And we're just trying to build, her season right now to where she can finish top 5 all conference. She was 8th or 9th last year, and we want to kind of move her up a little bit if we can. The idea would then be behind her. Shauna Gran is recovering from some surgical procedures she had in July, but once she can get cleared to practice, I would like to see her be all conference too. I think she's got a good enough game to do that on the women's side, with the intent that maybe we can move up a little bit in the standings. On the men's side, we got a really good incoming freshman class. They're a little nervous this week, I think, and we got to get them playing to their potential. If we do that, the incoming freshman class is better than the outgoing senior class that we had. So overall, the team level is going to move up. I think there's going to be a ton more competition for those spots that we play every week with, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun to see.
Talked about on the women's side, okay, so smaller numbers, but you still have 3 seniors and a junior. So, I mean, from an experience standpoint, you have the experience. How does that help from a coaching standpoint? You kind of know going in what to expect, do you not?
Correct, and they'll be fine. The returning players will be fine. It's the new players that we've got to kind of get them to understand what to do, how to swing the golf club correctly, and from there, they're already making progress in the camp week that we've had. I expect that will continue to happen as we work every day with them on the range and on their golf swings.
Yeah, let me piggyback off that for a second. So when you do have newcomers, like on the men's side with a number of freshmen, what do you spend the first couple of weeks doing just to kind of see what they're all about?
Well, looking at their golf swing and trying to see what their thought process is the shape of the shot they want to hit, and are they set up to actually do that between the grip and the stance and how they move the golf club. And if not, what's causing the error, and then how do we fix it? And spend time fixing it and getting them comfortable with the fix first before we put longer golf clubs in their hand. Let them fix it with short golf clubs and short swings and get comfortable and, and go from there.
Would you say on the men's side it's a blend of experience and youth? Is that maybe a good breakdown of the roster, or is it more of an experienced roster on the men's side?
It's a blend. I think right now we've got some seniors that, will be in their final season, and they want to prove what they got to do. I've got some backups behind them that still have some time left here that will be back next fall, that probably should be near the top of the roster. And then the incoming freshmen hopefully will push them to the point where they all get better. And now I got 9 guys competing for 5 or 6 spots is kind of the goal, with the scoring average probably coming down over what it was last year, which would be the goal.
Well, let me ask you about last year, okay? How would you summarize 2023, and how do you go about, or what areas do you want to see maybe improve?
Well, 23, a little disappointing. I mean, we finished 8th in conference. It's not where we want to be, but we graduated or lost half the team from last year. So replacing them with the 5 freshmen coming in, and we picked up a sophomore that should be increasing just the talent level throughout the team. So the top end of our roster is getting better, the bottom end of the roster is getting better, and with that, they're going to have to fight for and earn the spots that they play in, because we're taking 6 this weekend. So you got to be in the top 6 to play, and if you're not going.
Well, hopefully, obviously it's hot here today, but hopefully the weather continues to cooperate here in the fall. But when you look at the schedule, what are some of the highlights of the schedule this season?
Well, I mean, we start this weekend, and then next weekend we're playing at Carthage down in, and normally they would host at Strawberry Creek. They're going through a course renovation, so it's going to be moved to a different golf course for the time being. But the Midwest region is a huge event every year. Down at Brightondale, it's going to be like 42 teams on the men's side and about the same on the women's. So it's the biggest one event that we have from a player standpoint. And then the men will also be at Grand Geneva, and then we have conference for the men up at Kohler. The women will have an event at Carthage this weekend. Next weekend up at Marion is hosting, and they'll be splitting that between 2 golf courses. Then Benedictine's hosting at the conference championship site, so it'll be a great practice round, and obviously we want to take everybody down for that. and then the conference championship. So the idea is we're trying to get as much of those rounds in as valuable experience for the newcomers and for the veterans so that they see it again and can play better.
Well, it's a fun and exciting time. Coach Nikolai, as always, thanks a lot for your time. All the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And best of season to you, too.
I appreciate it. It's going to get busy real fast. But for more on the men's and women's golf teams, check out CUWFalcons.com.